Hello people, I've got a treat for you today, and that treat is in the form of a sample set which I ordered last week, I think it was, and that is this one here. It's Sylvaine Delacourte. It's her new line of fragrances. This is called La Collection Musks, and there are 5 samples in the set. It's £5 for the set of 5 samples and no added postage, so excellent deal. Samples look like that. They've all got the names on them on the actual sample, and also really nicely in there, so you keep them in the right order. It's really nice to have that all organised for you. The notes are on the back for each fragrance in French, but they're generally fairly obvious what they are, even if you don't speak French. All the details are on the website. There's a list of notes on the website is a little bit more comprehensive than what's on the back. The back just gives you an idea of what the fragrances are going to smell like. So what do the fragrances smell like? What also comes in the little pack is you get 5 strips like this with the names on them, so you can actually spray them and smell them and not have to write them down, you know, mess around with all that. So I think that's a really nice, thoughtful touch that you don't see very often, so that's really cool. So I've just sprayed all these 5. I've sprayed them several times, but I just resprayed them, and I've also worn one of the fragrances 2 or 3 times already because I like it that much. So let's start with my least favourite. Oh, they're all really nice actually, and I'm not just saying that. I paid for them. I'm being genuine. They are really, really nice, transparent kind of subtle fragrances that I really like. So probably my least favourite might be Helichrys. And the reason being, it's a little bit masculine. I think most of these fragrances come across more feminine than masculine, but of all of them, the most masculine to me is Helichrys. It's got Immortelle in it, and it did remind me, I didn't know it had Immortelle in it, and it reminded me of when I tried that Bond number 9 one that smells of breakfasts. What's it called? New Harlem. It reminded me a little bit, and it doesn't actually smell like New Harlem, but it had something in it which smelled like New Harlem. And then when I read the notes, it's Immortelle. And Immortelle can sometimes smell a bit savoury to me. I know it's supposed to smell like maple syrup, but it has like a savoury note, more like I can imagine a savoury cracker would smell, kind of, but maybe not. Anyway, it's still really nice. I would happily wear Helichrys. I've sprayed these 5 or 10 minutes ago, so it's had the time to, you know, settle a little bit. It's kind of sweet. It's very soft. It's very powdery. You've got that note of Immortelle, as I said, gives it kind of, to me, a little bit of a savoury edge. The notes on the back of the box say bergamot. I can't remember what essence romarin from Tunisia is, but wherever that is. Absolute of Immortelle from Spain, and you've also got patchouli. The patchouli is not strong or dominant, because normally I would pick it out, and I can't really pick out patchouli, but it kind of maybe does give it almost a tiny chocolatey edge. Anyway, so that's Helichrys, and then let's move on to, I was expecting to love this one. It's called Davana, and this is supposed to bring back the memory of a soap that Sylvaine loved as a child, and it does smell very much like a clean soap or lotion, but not normally when you say something smells soapy, it's got that kind of magnolia soapiness, but to me this is more like a talcum powder, baby lotion, you know, Johnson & Johnson's baby lotion, that kind of thing, which is really nice, but not something I particularly want to wear. It's you know, like the Philosophy Amazing Grace range, that line, it's that lovely clean, almost like laundry detergent, very musky, very powdery, This was the least, the one that had the least longevity when I tried it on my skin. I only got sort of 2 or 3 hours of it being really noticeable, and then it was almost like you could probably smell it, but it almost smells a little bit like your skin, maybe your skin but better. So if that's something that you like, and you like subtlety and cleanliness and softness in a fragrance, you might like Divana, but for me, probably not. So the next 3 I really like. I'll start with one called, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, Smeraldo. That's Smeraldo. This has got a greenness to it. It's green and musky, but still sweet. This has notes of lime, Italian lime, Angelique or Angelica, Lentisque, I can't remember what that one is either, Lentisque du Maroc, so something from Morocco, and vetiver. It's again, they've all got a really, because it's white musks, so they've all got that clean, you know, like laundry detergent, clean musk kind of thing. They've all got that, but this is really nice. If you want a powerhouse and a beast mode fragrance and something that's going to knock people's socks off, then don't bother smelling any of these. It's not going to be your cup of tea. But if you like something subtle and transparent and sophisticated, you can smell it, but it's not going to. You're not going to walk into a room and people go, "What's that?" Then this is your thing. If you already love Guerlain, there is something. I mean, Sylvaine Delacourte has been the fragrance director for Guerlain for many years, and she's had her nose in on quite a few fragrances from the house. She's worked along with Christine Nagel and also Maurice Roussel on some of their fragrances. She's worked on a couple of the Aqua Allegorias. She's done Insolence and some of the Insolence flankers, and she worked with Christine Nagel on the Gourmand Coquin, which is one of my favourites from the higher end range of fragrances. And you can kind of tell that these have that sort of Guerlain feel, but they're not, they don't have the Guerlainade exactly, but they have that transparency, woodiness, musky, powdery, makes use of beautiful iris and you know, soft musks and stuff. And yeah, Smeraldo is like a slightly green, soft, musky, sweet thing that's very wearable and likable. Probably fairly unisex actually, that one. Okay, so next we've got Florentina. I think it's Florentina, yeah. And this is lovely. This is a powdery, irisy, violet, soft, musky thing. I mean, they're all soft and musky. I also put this on here much earlier on today, several hours ago. It's still there. It smells like, it's another one that's kind of now like your skin, but much better. Just clean, soft, slightly sweet, completely wearable. These are all the kind of things that you could wear anywhere. If you want to be discreet, they're great. If you need to go to a funeral or an interview or something like that, you want to smell really good, but you don't want to offend or be overpowering. These are gorgeous, and you just catch whiffs of it on yourself, so you get to enjoy it, and people that get the luxury of coming close to you will smell it. These are perfect. Yeah, I really like Florentina. The notes on Florentina are almond. So you've got, I think it's bitter almond, a fleur d'oranger from Italy, so orange flower, iris pallida, vetiver from Haiti, and benzoin. I don't really notice any benzoin. No doubt it's just very subtly done in the base. Probably helps give it some longevity. Sylvain on the website says that she worked, these are all natural, really expensive sourced, proper ingredients, but she also works with synthetics, so you can't really get this beautiful white musks without using synthetics, and they just smell really high quality, they really do. So I've saved the best for last, and what I'm talking about here is Lily Lang. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. It's spelled Lillylang. Ylang being what the main ingredient and inspiration for the fragrance is about. The notes are mandarin from Italy, bay roses from the island of Reunion, Ylang Ylang from Madagascar, absolute jasmine from Egypt, and it's actually sambac jasmine, and benzoin again. This is my favourite one. I thought I smelt Lily in there, and then obviously it says Lily Lang in the title, so I thought there was Lily. There's no mention of Lily in the notes. Had it here many hours ago, and it's just this beautiful, soft, musky floral now. When I first spray it, it's got tuberose in it as well. When I first spray it, I get quite a heady floral, which I thought was lily, maybe the tuberose. I don't generally get on with tuberose or lily. I find them a little bit over the top, a little bit overpowering, and they're not really my favourite florals in fragrances. It takes well over an hour for that floral, that narcotic floral, to settle down, but you do start getting the musk quite early on, which helps make it much more pleasing. The Ylang Ylang is probably what I'm mostly smelling now. It's just a really soft and powdery Ylang Ylang musk thing, but there's almost a gourmand edge to it. There's no mention of almond in this, but it could have something like almond, gives it this sweetness and this powderiness. It's really pretty. So yeah, Lily Yang is my favourite of them all so far. I could potentially be in the market for a full bottle. My only problem being that floral in the opening does take a good hour before it starts becoming what I really love about it. But if you're a big fan of tuberose and lily and exotic flowers, then you may well like it. It's definitely in that vein of being a beach type scent. Sylvaine on her website does mention that she was looking at creating a note of warm skin, and I can kind of see that sun warm skin, which is such a beautiful idea. Anyway, I love it. This is the best discovery set I've had my hands on in a long time. I would wear any one of these 5 fragrances happily, which is saying a lot because I can be quite fussy. I've got hundreds of samples that I don't even ever give a full wearing to, because I just think there's not enough time in the world and there's not enough skin on my body to test everything, and I don't want to waste my time testing stuff that I'm not loving, and I will happily wear all of these 5 fragrances. As I say, Lily Lang, I've had the samples only a few days and I've worn Lily Yang 3 times, and I'm really loving it. So excellent sample set. Do have a look at the website. I'll post a link in the description box if you want to check it out. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all later.